What's the big deal about relationships? Hi, my name is Amy Locker and I'm the principal at Williams Elementary. So, what's the big deal about relationships? We are all educators and went to school to become teachers. We want to teach. We know the curriculum and students need to be taught the curriculum. So, where does the relationship piece fit into teaching? Relationships are the foundation of what we do. Without this essential piece, everything else we do is going to be difficult. The school year's about to begin. I'm sure you've been busy working in your room, getting things ready for when the students return from the summer. The first moment you come into contact with your student is when the relationship begins. What will their first impression be of you? Will they feel welcome in your classroom? So, why is it important to build relationships with our students? Harry Wong says, what you do on the first days of school will determine your success or failure for the rest of the school year. You will either win or lose your class on the first days of school. During the time spent preparing to be a teacher, this was really not a focus or a hot topic of discussion. We didn't sign up for a course called Building Relationships 101. However, time and time again, research tells us there's a direct correlation between relationships and student success. Dr. James Comer says, no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. In the book, A Framework for Understanding Poverty, the author Ruby Payne dedicates Chapter 9 to writing about creating relationships. The first sentence in the chapter says, the key to achievement for students from poverty is in creating relationships with them. Payne also says building a respectful relationship doesn't mean becoming the student's buddy. It means that teachers insist on high quality work and offer support. In schools across the nation, like Williams Elementary, where the love and logic approach is being used, relationships are the foundation to help those strategies be successful with students. Jim Fay says, human beings will perform for the person they love. When students believe their teachers truly care about them, they will listen to them and know their voice actually matters. They will cooperate in class and work to be the best students they know how to be. So, we know it's important to build these relationships with our students, but how do we go about doing this? What can teachers do to start building these relationships? It can be as simple as starting to welcome your students into the classroom at the door. Do you greet each one of your students as they enter the room? Do you give them a smile? Do all of these simple gestures help students start class in a positive manner? Get to know your students. What do they like to do in their free time? What is their favorite subject in school? Do you know about their family? What did they do on the weekend? These simple steps can be the answer to help us as educators to connect to our students. Teachers who know about each one of their students show that they care about them and their life outside of school. On the flip side, students should know about their teacher as well. What extracurricular activities are you involved in outside of school? What is your favorite sport to play? What was your favorite subject in school? Do they know your family members? Do you have a pet? What is your favorite children's books? All of these questions help students get to know you and connect with you. Now think about your classroom environment. What type of classroom environment will you set up with your students? Students should know your expectations for when they enter the room. Your classroom should be a structured environment where students feel comfortable coming to every single day. There should be a mutual respect among peers as well as between students and the teacher. In Todd Whitaker's book, What Great Teachers Do Differently, he states that great teachers create a positive atmosphere in their classrooms and schools. They treat every person with respect. In particular, They understand the power of praise. Paula Denton, author of The Power of Our Words, writes about the positive effect relationships can have on students' learning. She states, the more we know about the child, the more we can build learning environments and curriculums that are going to work for them. In the book titled Choice Words by Peter H. Johnston, he dedicates the book to talking about how the language we choose to use on a daily basis can affect a child's learning. Do more listening. Students listen to teachers a lot, but do we take time to listen to what they have to say or share in class? They may want to share something personal with you. Do you take time to listen and respond? Use less nonverbal gestures and avoid using sarcasm. Sarcasm can knock a child down, and respect may be lost when a teacher uses it. Think about the words you choose to use with your students. Are the words you choose to use building the student up in a positive manner? Denton goes on to say, relationship is a necessity for learning. We can't afford not to do it. Think about your school career. Which teacher was your favorite? Was he or she your favorite because of the instructional strategies she used to teach the content? Or was it because she made you feel smart, important, safe, or special? I bet it was the latter. Great teachers care about their students. They understand that behaviors and beliefs are tied to emotion, and they understand the power of emotion to jumpstart change, Whitaker says. This is the year to start building relationships with each student in your classroom. If the research tells us that student achievement increases when there's a trusting relationship, why wouldn't we want to do that in our classroom? Why wouldn't we want to do that for our students? It starts from the very first day you meet them. Let's help all our students perform at their very best. Rita Pierson, former consultant for Ruby Payne, said it the best. Rita said, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they possibly can be." We can only become that champion by first having a relationship with him or her. I challenge you to believe in each one of your students and be their champion by building relationships with each and every one of them. Wishing everyone a successful 2014-2015 school year.